All right. So I think I can't take you serious now. I'll get up.
I've ruined it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our YouTube video today. We're going to be talking about something very exciting. I'm Jodi Harrison, the CEO of Prolong Lash, and next to me is Alicia.
Hello, I am the head of marketing at Prolong, and today we're going to talk about something very close to your heart, which is the importance of having a lash business mentor.
Yes, very important. Someone to look up to, talk to, throw your ideas around with, and we're going to get right into it today.
Yep.
Looking forward to this. So might as well start with something that's relevant to everyone that's probably listening or watching today. Alicia, your experience. Who is your mentor?
So I think there's different definitions of mentor. So it sort of depends. There can be mentors that you have specifically, engaged to be your mentor. There can be mentors that you find that you feel are a mentor to you. Maybe they don't even know you exist. So it does sort of depend. I think in terms of the lash world, my lash mentor would be Trina, who is Maven Artistry. She taught me how to do Russian volume lashes. So that was a very big step in my career. And back when I learned how to do it, I flew all the way from the bottom of Australia up to Texas to see Trina and spend a few days with her. And although she's not, officially my mentor, we do chat on Insta. She's just a beautiful human being and I look up to her greatly. So I'd say she's my lash mentor.
Lash mentor.
Yeah. Do you have a mentor?
Yeah, I do. I still think that for my first boss was Craig Kimberley from Just Jeans. I still think he's my mentor. So he taught me everything about businesses, from customer service through to the customer's journey, right to he took me on an internship for nearly 12 months and I went to every division of Just Jeans and learnt all about it, but he kind of took me under his wing a bit. I think I was a bit noisy and crazy, so
crazy?
He kind of liked my the way I would literally scare a customer into buying from me by going, "Hi, how you going?" So yeah, he liked my bubbly personality, and I still monitor him, see where he's in business. I haven't worked with him personally for probably 20 years now. But I still watch carefully what he's up to, and anything he touches turns to gold. So he's my business mentor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. So how does one find a mentor? Like, what are we classifying as a business mentor? What are people looking for when they're going out in the world to find themselves a mentor?
Well, I suppose first of all, you've got to have your reason for looking for a mentor. If we take it one step back further. I think you get to a point in your business or in yourself, like it doesn't even have to be for business, where you actually say, right, I need some goals, I need some strategies, I need someone to give me a little bit of advice, maybe a bit of a push if you are, working on your own. Sometimes it's just a bit of motivation.
Yeah.
So once you've found your reason, then it's really how you find your mentor, whether it's going to be someone from a community lash group that you just think is really good at their job, you reach out to them, whether you hire a professional who actually comes in and works on the holistic version of mentorship, or whether you start to watch podcasts or whether you start to read books. I mean, you don't physically have to be in contact with your mentor to have a mentor. I know here at Prolong we do a lot of mentor work. You particularly do a lot of work with people that ring up or get in contact with Alicia and ask, how do I start to sell Prolong? I really want to have it in my salon.
Yeah, so I can definitely give marketing advice, mentorships for especially our Prolong Lash partners. I do that a lot. I love to help our Prolong Lash partners with marketing. And then, of course, I get the lash questions as well. Lots of recommendations for products and things like that. But you're our real mentor here at Prolong. You're the business mentor extraordinaire.
Oh, well, that's a nice title. I'll take that. And we're going to get in trouble off the producer for that noise I just made. Sorry. I suppose from my point of view, anyone that gets in contact with me via email, which is part of our reseller program, we talk about lots of things. And I hope that I can give good advice on anything from trademarking, branding, revenue and increasing revenue in the salon by having the Prolong Lash in your little shop corner, your little retail corner. So yeah, mentorships can be, like a friendship.
Yeah.
It can actually be like a friendship. If you personally get on with someone, that becomes an instant mentorship. When we go to LashCon or when any of the lash conferences that we attend, it's not only people that are learning from us, it's us learning from people as well. Like our customers are our mentors in their own way.
Yeah.
Because when we
They
get the
help us
feedback, they
grow.
help us grow. Don't be set in the way that you're looking that a mentor has to be someone you pay. A mentor can come lots of ways.
Yeah. But a mentor can be someone that you
Yes.
pay.
Yes.
Of course. So if there is someone that you respect in the industry and they are providing business mentorships that are a paid mentorship, they're usually, well, I would hope they're quite credible and have a lot of sort of backing behind them to say why they're a credible mentor. And if it's worth it, sometimes, paying your mentor can really make a big business, give you a big boost in business rather. Because they're committed to you then. You've paid for a service, so they're going to be there for you with their commitments along the way. They're going to be doing their check-ins, they're going to keep you accountable. Whereas if it's just not just someone that you follow, but if it's someone that you follow and they don't know that you're looking up to them, they're your mentor, they're not going to keep you accountable for anything. There's someone that you might really look up to, but it's not going to have that hands-on accountability that a paid mentor is going to have.
And I think once you've paid for a service too, you actually become a little bit more dedicated. It's like we talked about this the other day about gym memberships. When you actually have to pay to get fit and you've paid it, people are a little bit more obliged or a little bit more, I'm going to get myself out of bed for this session. And I think with a mentorship, it's the same thing. If you pay for something, you really do want to get the mileage out of it. You want the bang for buck, the return on investment. You don't just want to fork it out and then go, okay, I'm done. I don't really want that to work anymore. Or not that you don't want it to work, but I can't be bothered filling out that diary that they want me to fill out, or I can't be bothered doing that exercise. You tend to become a little bit more focused and get the results that you're after. But yeah, be very careful when you pay for a mentor. Make sure that you do a little bit of research and that mentor is who you're actually can achieve the goals that you're looking for. Like we go back to the goals. It's no use hiring someone that can teach you how to increase revenue in your salon, but really what you're looking for is how to train staff. Make sure it's specific, because not all mentors will work on all aspects. And if they do, they're probably a little bit too broad. You really need to hone in on what it is you're after.
Yep.
So I suppose the big question now is, what does a mentor actually do for you? Like, what do you think if someone asked you, what does a mentor actually do?
Well, I think that they're going to give you, what's the word? I've gone blank. Like
Guidance.
They're definitely going to give you guidance. They're going to give you inspiration. You would hope that they're going to help you think outside the box, be able to do something different, and just generally help to boost you and make you more successful in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whatever goal that is. I would hope that they would help you with the goal setting phase of your business, and then the implementation phase, and just keeping you accountable and making sure that you're following through on everything you've learnt with them.
Yeah, and they also make you, as you said, think out of your own zone, particularly if you work alone. It's really great to have someone else. And their experience is the reason they've become a mentor, is because they're experienced. So they get to talk to you, even if it's just a conversation about what they've experienced. You're going to learn from the conversation as well. It's not just going to be the steps that you have in the strategy. It's also going to be just listening to that mentor, that person talk about. I listened to a couple of the girls at LashCon last year who have gone into mentorship programs, and I won't mention them all because there's lots of them doing it now. But one of the girls I actually sat with last year, she was focused on one certain thing. When she would go out to the salon and she would look at the salon and look at the staff, look at how the ambience of the salon, how it was set up. Her experience was in the salon. Then that's when she knew that stopped. She didn't offer anything else. She wasn't a personal welfare manager or on the side or anything else. She knew her focus was on the salon, how it worked and how it ticked. So I think you have to be really careful that you know what you're looking for in a mentor.
Yeah.
And ask around. Ask around.
Definitely. Recommendations are really important. I think word of mouth is always best marketing that people can have. Like, if people are saying good things about a mentorship, there's probably a reason. Like, they must have been successful with using them in the past. So I think that if you just ask around, there are those lash communities, as you mentioned before. You can get onto a lash group on Facebook and, just ask people, do you have a lash mentor? Who are some great lash mentors out there? And you can see what kind of services are being offered. And if it's not services, I think a great person to turn to for a lash mentor is your lash trainer. I would have hoped that in the beginning you will have chosen a lash trainer that's really high quality. So, this might not work for everyone if they just found whoever was closest to them or whatever. But if you've done a lot of research when you started your lash journey and you have found a really amazing trainer, and those kind of trainers will keep in contact with you and will allow you to follow up with questions. If they have the time and the resources in their business, I think many people would be open to be a mentor. I think it's quite an honor to be asked to be a mentor, and I think a lot of people actually appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, it is an honor. Like I know myself, when somebody asked even just a conversation, that you're mentoring that person at that point. It is. It's a bit of feather in your cap, for your experiences, and it comes with age too, how to handle that as well. Not that I'm saying young people can't be mentors. Please don't take that as what I said, but your experiences at my age, 56, I've got lots of experience now, and I can talk about a lot of things. So yeah, and one thing is you've got to be really careful of when you're choosing a mentor is to make sure that you personally get on well. You've got to have something in common. You don't have to be best friends going out having coffees and, going to nightclubs on weekends and partying. We don't really need mentors in that anyway.
We know how to do that.
Just make sure that if you're not comfortable with someone and it's not clicking, don't be afraid to make a change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't work with someone that's not going to work for you.
Yeah. Don't be afraid in any of those instances. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to give feedback and say, this is not working for me. I need more help. And don't be afraid to ask in the first place. So, it could be scary to go and ask someone and say, oh, would you be my mentor? And maybe you really admire them, so it feels really full on and scary. But people are just people. And most people would feel very honored to be asked and feel like, well, this person's putting their trust in me. I'm going to put a lot of effort in for them. So something that we've talked about in previous podcasts and YouTube videos is being a solo lash artist and what kind of pressure that puts on you emotionally and physically to run a business on your own. So do you think that having a mentor is something that can help a solo lash artist to support them through maybe hard times, emotional times?
I honestly believe if that's the person's personality, the mentor has that personality, that you've chosen someone that has that caring, nurturing personality, maybe going back to the first step of what you actually need that person for, making sure that if it's not just goal setting for your salon, but making sure that if it's a little bit of personal stuff that you want involved in there, then that's the type of person you have to look for from the start. Someone that's personable, someone that has that empathy, someone that can understand. Maybe if it's that you are a solo artist, maybe look for someone that's been a solo lash artist. And then all your emotional support that you do seek, apart from the fact you'll get it from family and friends, from a mentor, you'll receive a really good emotional support because you've hired them for a reason. So they're going to be at your side. They're going to be giving you that support, and they'll probably have stories about their welfare and their social problems that they've had over time. So if you click personally, as I keep on going back to, then it's natural. You and I talk on weekends when we're not working. We have emotional support for each other after a hard week. Your mentorship, I respect what Alicia does. She probably respects what I do. But on weekends, we chat and we're like, oh, I'm so tired.
Yes.
And it's nice to have someone to throw that to. And we don't always want to throw it to the staff we work with or to people we work with because We want them to be all up and happy and not see that we have tired times as well. But I think they know we're human. But it's nice to have someone to talk to and to have emotional support from. So I think a mentor is a really good person for that side of things.
Yeah. And you don't have to expect them to be like a counselor for your
No.
emotions. Like if you're going through something quite serious, you can't just rely on your mentor. But I think just even knowing that you have that person there that you can lean to and ask questions of in a time of stress or high emotion, entrepreneurship is lonely sometimes. And it's good to just know that there's someone there having your back. Sometimes that's enough just to give you that boost.
Yeah, and also along with reaching out to a mentor, they bring along a community with them. They bring along a network. They bring along a little black book, so to speak, and they'll say, oh, so if they can't give you what you're looking for at that point, they can then turn around and say, oh, but I've got this fabulous company, or I've got this group of suppliers, or why don't you ring up and maybe change this? Like, they've got this network. So I think that's really important too. Like, I know speaking to people all the time, people will ring me up and say, I'm not quite sure where to go through with this. And the one thing I say about finding a wholesaler or supplier is make sure they have good margins for you. So that's the advice I'm giving to someone else. A mentor can give that advice too and recommend places for you to start if you're looking for new promenade vans. If you're looking for whatever you're looking for, a mentor usually has connections.
Yeah.
And that's like having another staff member.
Yeah.
So I think that about sums it up.
Yeah.
Let's go over again in a nutshell how to find the right mentor, because that is the question we get asked.
Yeah.
How do I find the right mentor?
Yeah. Okay. So research. Make sure define your goals to start with. Work out exactly what kind of a mentor you're looking for. Are you looking for a business mentor? Are you looking for a lash training mentor? Are you looking for, a life coach, something like that? Make sure that you define your goal of your mentor and then research and dive into those lash groups, ask questions, look on the internet, just look into your network. You might know someone, or you might have a friend of a friend that knows someone that would be right for you. So research a lot.
And the conferences, when you're at the conferences, ask around, have a look at who's got what going on, go to the talks. You might just find after one of the conferences that someone that's been on stage is someone that really impresses you and someone that you think started the same way and is going to build your business or can help you build your business like they built theirs. Look around. Don't close your eyes at any opportunity. Open all the doors, leave everything. If you're really in the market for a mentor, there's lots and lots of ways you can go about it. Reviews.
And then once you find them, you need to make sure that you're clear about what you want from them. So you don't need to be marching up to people and being like, be my mentor and I need you to do X, Y, and Z for me. Unless, of course, you're paying them and they're going to commit to these things. But if they're not being paid and you're just engaging them as more of a sort of open mentorship, then you still need to be clear about what you're wanting from a mentorship. Maybe when you approach them and say, I would love you to be my mentor. These are my goals. This is what I'm hoping a mentorship will, help me with my business. Do you think that's something you can help me with? So they know what they're getting into as well.
Yeah, and show gratitude. Make sure you show gratitude and use your manners and be kind, because even if they're just giving their time, it's time that they could have had to do something else of their own. Absolutely. And if they're mentoring you, which they've chosen to do, have gratitude.
Yeah.
Be grateful.
Time is money, and you're saving money if they're not charging you. And it's a very valuable thing to have this input from people that are knowledgeable and have all this experience. So,
and I think something, Alicia, you said earlier is really important. Don't be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's approachable. They're just humans, all humans asking humans for human help.
Yeah.
So go out there, put your hand up, stand up, go and speak to someone and get yourself on track.
And then that's only the beginning. Then you have to stay committed to it. Don't just go, I've got this mentor, and expect them to just babysit you along the way. You need to stay committed to it. If they give you advice, implement it. Try things. Go back with them with feedback and say, I tried X, Y, and Z. These things worked, these things didn't. Do you have more feedback for me? Make sure that you're actually implementing things and committing to mentorship as much as they are.
And make sure they're challenging you too. You're allowed to raise that question. If you feel like it's just not reaching you're not satisfied with the service, or if you are paying for it, make sure that you're challenged, being challenged by them. So go back and say, look, I feel I do this. I feel I'm doing this. I need the next step. Or I need the next level. So be on to them as well, as much as they're onto you.
Yep, continually assess, reevaluate, stop hitting the microphone like that, and just, make sure that you're evolving. Don't just let it run its course. Evolve, keep your business going, and make the most of having a mentor.
Yeah, definitely. And reach out to us anytime. We're at Prolong. You know where we are. You know who we are. Alicia's going to give you the big spiel how to get in contact with us soon because she does that so well. But we are very open to discussions, to emails, to Zooms. We love to chat. I love to chat.
Always responsive, and all you have to do is email us at info@prolonglash.com.au. Don't forget the .au at the end.
Yes, that's right.
And if you want to jump onto our website at www.prolonglash.com, you can even book a discovery call with Jodi on there if you want to have a chat. And of course, we have our socials, Facebook, Insta, TikTok, our new podcast that's out now, the Aussie Lash Wives.
Yay!
You can't directly talk to us from there, but we'll talk to you. Just pop us in your ears and we can be your go-to mentors in your pocket. You can take along with you. That can be our new tagline. Yeah. Mentors in your pocket.
I
actually like that. No wonder I'm in marketing, mate. And of course, if you want to buy Prolong Lash, you can jump onto the website as well. That's www.prolonglash.com and .au for Australia.
And give us a thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up on our video, like, share, and make any comments below if you want to ask us any questions.
So, thanks for joining us today. See you next time.
Bye, guys.